welcome to a new vlog and trip report, and today we're taking a train in France, in the Alsace region, and we are going from Strasbourg to Sélestat, and here on the map you can see our route today. We're using the longer but more scenic route via Molsheim. We are starting at the main station of Strasbourg that I've already showed to you in the last video. Here we can see this beautiful building once again, and now we are heading to the platform where we are taking our train today, which is an SNCF X76500, also called XGC or AGC, or in French AGC. I will tell you a bit more about this train later on, but now we can take a look at the arrival of my train. So this is the newest design of the train, has been recently refurbished, and now we can take a closer look at the interior of this train. And if you have ever been traveling with a train in France, you probably know that even regional trains are very comfortable in France, and this train is no exception from that. This train is very nice, and we will now take a closer look at the features of this train. We have foldable huge tables, we have power sockets, one per seat, so for each person there's one power socket. We have movable armrests. The seats are very comfortable, they are very soft and have a very nice sitting position. We have sun blinds, so literally everything you can have in a regional train is available. So here you can see how soft the seats are, much softer than, for example, compared to German regional trains. Also in the UK, most regional trains are much less comfortable than these trains here. We are now on the railway line Strasbourg-Saint-Didier until Molsheim, and in Molsheim we are then going on the railway line Sélestat-Saverne. The part from Molsheim to Saverne is not in use anymore, unfortunately, but here we are reaching Molsheim after passing the airport of Strasbourg, and now we're going on the railway line from Molsheim to Sélestat for about 34 kilometers. This is a very scenic railway line because we are always going at the bank of the Vosges mountains. That means that we will not only see the Vosges mountains but also a lot of vineyards, so it's a quite beautiful railway line. The weather was not perfect for this, but still it's gonna be a nice ride today. Here we can see the former railway line Rosheim-Sonneborg that is not in use anymore. Here we have the station of Rosheim. Now we are continuing on to Sélestat, getting closer to the mountains in the second part of this railway line. And if you've been traveling with a train in France, you probably know that it is a bit different than in other countries, because the trains are more comfortable, but there are less trains. So that means some railway lines only see a train once or twice a day. Here on this railway line, it is working quite well. We have a train about every hour on the whole length of the railway line, so this is quite well. But if you want to buy a ticket, make sure that it says via Molsheim on your ticket, because there's a second line to Sélestat, which is much faster, and usually you will get a ticket for that line and not this nicer railway line that we are on right now. So now we've heard the sound of our train, and we are now also closer to the mountains and in the middle of the vineyards. Of course, the Alsace is very famous for good wines, and most of them are grown here. So you can imagine if the weather is a bit better and it's a bit later in the year and it is more green, or even in autumn with beautiful colors. This is a fantastic and wonderful railway line, so I can highly recommend doing a trip on that railway line. Also, these trains are quite interesting. The AGC is available in 4 different versions. AGC means Autorail à grande capacité, meaning railcar with big capacity. And you can have this train in a diesel version like the one that we are on right now, in an electric version, and 2 different dual mode variants of this train. And now we can once again listen to the sound of this very interesting train, which is very common in France with more than 700 units in the whole country. Here we can see the former railway line Sélestat-Les-Frappel, very interesting railway line crossing the Vosges mountains. He used to have one of the longest tunnels in France, with a length of almost 7 kilometers, but this railway line is not in use anymore and the tunnel is now used for a road. Meanwhile, we've reached the station of Sélestat. Here I'm leaving this train, and in the next video we will use the other railway line to go back to Strasbourg, and we will also travel in a different but also interesting train to get there. You've already seen a few impressions from Sélestat in my last video, so here we can see the station, and then that's it for this video. If you want to see more about Sélestat, then make sure to watch my last video, and in the next video I will show you another train and another railway line in France. And here you can see when this video will be uploaded. As always, you can also see the name of the song, and if you like this video, I would be very grateful for a like, comment, or a shared video link. And if you want to see more train and travel videos like that, make sure to follow and subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video then.